How do you make a quantum leap? If you've been...
Well, quantum leaps are uncomfortable. And the way you make a quantum leap is by enduring much more negative emotion that is natural to you until you just can't stand it anymore. And then you make a very strong flip. It's like a breakdown. It's like a finally just giving in. It's like just letting it all go all at once. It's overrated and we don't recommend it. You don't need to make a quantum leap. You just make incremental, comfortable leaps.
I guess when I say a quantum leap, I think about, someone going from making, let's say $40,000 to $10 million.
You can do that, but you have to make the leap vibrationally first. In other words, you have to feel prosperous before that can happen.
But I'm saying if you already, I don't want to use the word practice because you already squashed that earlier. If you already consciously choose to focus on prosperity.
Yes.
And you do that continuously.
Because every subject is two subjects. Sometimes people think they're focusing on prosperity when what they're actually doing is focusing on lack of prosperity. And so you know that you have accomplished focus on prosperity when the emotion that you feel, which is the first manifestation that comes, when the emotion that you feel is one of security, it's one of expectation, it's one of ease, it's one of happy anticipation. So you make the emotional leap first, and then the other stuff can come really fast. And we know what you mean by quantum leap, quick turnaround. But a quick manifestational turnaround can't happen unless there is an emotional adjustment. And the emotional adjustment is the indicator of the vibrational adjustment. Jerry wanted to write a book. Esther's going to write it with him. Turning Thoughts to Things. And it's about finding that vibration and holding that vibration and allowing the momentum of that vibration to increase until those vibrations have become thoughts and emotions, and then they become impulses, and then they become manifestations.
I guess for someone who is already comfortable, meaning they can kind of travel and do what they want to do to a certain extent. They can buy what they want to a certain extent. They can live and be happy, but they want more. Is it harder for that person to, and I keep using the word quantum leap, is it harder for that person to spike to another level than someone who's had hardships all their life?
Maybe, but not necessarily. And here's the clarification you're looking for. Oh, we'd love giving this to you.
All right, I'm ready.
So in the early stages of creating, that's often what people think they are creating. They think they're creating money and access and things that represent prosperity and, of course, ease of life. And that is all wonderful and lovely to create. But then you reach this place where you've got that down, and that no longer is the main event for you. The main event is watching the power of the universe to orchestrate on your behalf, watching the sequence of events line up in your favor, watching the number of things happen as if somebody's got your number and everybody's working on your behalf, feeling the clarity coming into your mind, watching the timing of your own being, beginning to feel your own improvement in all of your physical ways. In other words, there is so much more to that, what you're wanting to call comfort. You begin to realize that all things are possible. You begin to recognize your power of influence. You begin to see what some words carefully placed and perfectly timed can mean to someone else. You begin to get a sense of your movement in the world and your value in the world and what you mean to others in the world, those who will never even know your name. You begin to feel this interest in life that you were born with, surging to levels that you have not ever felt or expressed before, happening on a moment to moment, day by day, week after week basis. You begin to feel invincible. You begin to know the power and the goodness of your being. It's like watching the seas part everywhere you go. while everything that is important to you acquiesces to you, not for the amazement that others feel as they watch your movement, but by the rightness of the way it feels to you as you come into your true power.